Hey everyone, Councillor Harris here. I am just at the tool library putting in a shift, finished a class this morning, and wanted to share a little bit with everybody about our upcoming council priority setting session. That's today at 4. And essentially that is where everything gets condensed into a small list of main priorities with maybe a longer list of priorities. And then that goes to staff and a city manager, which is the council's only employee. That's a kind of a misunderstood topic. Council doesn't have everybody as an employee at the city of St. John. We only have the city manager, and the city manager has many employees, as you can imagine. And then there's unions within that, and agreements arranged with different services. So, but that's where we start to see these work plans develop, the budget set to realize these goals, and it's no mistake, right? What have I been pushing for as your councillor at large? It's been livable neighborhoods. And what do I mean by livable neighborhoods? I mean resourcing plans like our affordable housing action plans, lining up a 10-year strategic plan that includes planning, doing better. Not better? That's not the right word, but doing more intensive neighborhood planning, like we did with the Central Peninsula Plan. And so those are the things that I'm really pushing for. Don't get me wrong. There are a list of issues that we need better policy on, we need better bylaws on, we need better governance on, and which will translate, as we have those things, into better outcomes for people as the city staff develop work plans that move resources and resource other things so that we get these outcomes that we're looking for. But I really believe that fighting for livable neighborhoods and a few issues along that as your councillor at large is the best use of my time. And it's certainly where I'm going to put my weight. It's certainly where I'm going to put in the work. It's where I've already been putting in work, passing a motion, trying to get a motion passed, I guess, on council to call on the province to get Department of Housing and Urban Affairs installed, like other provinces have, like Ontario has. And, getting a climate change pledge motion, getting us signed up for the city's Race to Zero so that St. John, which already has done the work and paid for good plans and began to resource plans on climate change mitigation as well as greenhouse gas reductions corporately and in our community. We already have those plans in place, but we want to be on the cutting edge of that, making the pledges, aligning ourselves with other groups that will put us to the front of the line when federal money becomes available to fight climate change, which the federal government has already said they're going to do. So we don't want to be laggards. We don't want to be seen as a city that is behind on that. We want to be seen as a leader on that and worthy of some of these new investments, which will translate into better services, better roads, more accessible roads and transit for citizens. So that's the kind of the layer as I see it. Pushing for livable neighborhoods. It's not to say that growth isn't important. It's not to say that tax breaks or tax reductions on property taxes aren't important. I'm hearing your calls. I am hearing your emails. I know that there's a lot of frustration around the property tax assessment increases for some people, but I just ask those people to remember you are still a property owner, and there are many people that are not property owners that have been struggling with a city that has had that has been financially unsustainable and unable to provide some of these improved services that affect those who don't own property and who are on lower incomes or even on the median income. So to me, fighting for livable neighborhoods is all about fighting for those who make that median income. It's the average person, and it's the average income earner. And I don't think everybody has suffered the same under COVID-19. And I don't think that when we talk about recovery, we can just be talking about putting everybody on an equal playing field. We need to target those areas and those neighborhoods that have been hurt hardest. So, full disclosure, that's what I'm pushing for tonight. I can't get into the list of all those initiatives that I'll be championing, but some of this is just council trying to come to a consensus, and every councillor there has their own take on what those major important issues are. And I will, be respectful to those, but I'll certainly stand up for those issues that surround livable neighborhoods, because I think that's how we can start to attack some of the core issues and some of the core struggles that we have as a city. But anyway, just a quick update. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Keep sending your messages, keep emailing me, keep calling me. I'm doing my best to be available. The last 2 weeks, my response time has gone through the floor because I've had these modules that I'm running for the tool library, which just makes things really hard. And we've had some extra council stuff, but I'm still getting them, and I'm trying to get to return those calls as soon as I can. So anyway, keep doing them, and we'll talk soon.